What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Hojo Show with your boy Howard, and tonight we are getting to Braxtons Season 1, Episode 7 that just dropped. I was gonna go live, but I thought twice about that because the episode, to be honest, it wasn't just that interesting, if I'm just being honest. So I really didn't feel like it was a need for me to go live after I finished watching it. But I definitely still had some key points in there that I wanted to kind of point out. More so like the obvious. But we're gonna still go through with it and get the review as always. For starters, if you're new here, kick off your shoes and get comfortable because we family. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Also, make sure that you have your notifications turned on so you can be notified whenever I drop another banger like this. And without further ado, y'all ready? Let's get it.
Guess I'm jaded. Most of the things I don't wanna say. I won't be around while you chase.
Alright, so the Braxtons episode 7, the show opens up with Miss E, Tawanda, and Trina meeting up at the nail salon, I guess to get like they mani and pedi or whatever, and they having small talk. And they first start talking about Miss E's date. They ask her how did it go, and of course she read him like she did in the last episode, talking about how he was in all purple, and I guess he really wasn't her type. My thing is with Miss E is, ma'am, you are almost 100 years old. You closer to 100 than you is to 50. So I don't really understand why you don't want your kids to be involved. I don't blame you on that because they can't even keep a man. So I'm with you on that. You need to take advice with getting a man and finding a date through somebody else. I wouldn't take no more dates and none of that from your daughters because they don't have the best looking relationships when it comes with dealing with men. So if I was you, I would have been told all of them no every time. At the same time, you closer to 100 than you is 50. So the part that I don't get it's how you act like you got all of these options. You don't have options like that, mommy. We just being honest, that's not even a read. You don't have options like that. So I don't get why you kind of like be having your nose turned up with all of these dudes. But like, girl, if you really want to go there, like, I mean, just being honest, they daddy not really all of that. Michael Senior, I mean, even his old pictures back in the day, he really wasn't shaking it up. So I don't understand why you acting like you got a type now because I don't get it. But if you is caught yourself trying to still find love, baby, you need to hurry up because you, like I said, you closer to 100 than you is 50. So yeah, you need to go and work that out. That's just being straight up. Next, they go into talking about, I guess they preparing to get ready for the shoot, actually for this show, and they was excited about it or whatever. This was uninteresting. This, like, me watching Tawanda and Trina and Miss E, not even just that, me watching all of them try to bond and make these moments and stuff seem so genuine and intimate. It's just hard for me to see that because everything just gives me just phony, and it just does not seem like this is just gonna really be anything left to watch after this season because I don't know, it's just not giving me nothing interesting. I say that. Okay, like I'm dead serious. Like they give me absolutely nothing interesting or intriguing. I actually was pissed off, if I'm being honest, watching this episode. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I was pissed off. I was like, it just didn't give me anything. And them talking about coming to do the shoot, like y'all lives are that boring that all y'all had to really talk about was Miss E date and y'all getting ready for the shoot of the actual show. That lets you know how boring and uninteresting y'all lives are. Y'all have become completely boring. And I think that this is happening because God sees your heart, and when he sees that you moving funny or you trying to do something kind of like wicked or it's not coming off or representing anything genuine, this is how the universe pay you back. That's what it's giving me. Then we go to the next scene where we have Miss E, Trina, and Tawanda. They are going to visit Tony at her rehearsal for her residency that she has with Cedric the Entertainer. They did a lot of small talking. I'm not even gonna lie, being honest with you, I'm more intrigued watching Tony practice and rehearse. I feel like I can actually watch a whole episode of that with Tony, opposed to really watching the rest of them because Tony is interesting to me. I love to see Tony rehearsing. She is interesting to me, and probably because she's just always been the most genuine sister to me. Like, and that's just like even I look at Tony whenever she do shoot her scenes, and I just always, it brings me back to realize that like when she say that she's not gonna apologize for being chosen, she don't, and she should never apologize for being chosen because God definitely chose her, and he knew exactly who to give them gifts to because I just love Tony. She's just so genuine and authentic, and I can watch her all day. But they gave me snooze fest, if I'm being honest. I'm not even finna hold nothing back. Miss E ass gave me snooze fest Tawanda gave me snooze fest, and Trina they just gave me a big ass snooze fest. Like, I don't even know why I'm doing this review, because they are just so watered down. Like, they just so uninteresting now. And it's almost like I keep saying to myself, what happened? But then again, every time I'm asking myself that question, they remind me. I don't need nobody else to remind me. They remind me, because they try to make it seem like they thinking about Traci, and it just be cap. It just be cap. I will say, Tony trying to do the little joking thing. I did agree with them. That was so corny. Joking is not your thing, Tony. So stay away from that lane. And I hope you are not implementing that scene in the show, because joking is not your thing, boo. But other than that, I'm all for sitting watching you do your thing. I can sit and watch Tony do all her old albums and just be in a vibe, because she's just a 90 girl. I love me some Tony. Love me some Tony. But the sisters are tied to me. We go to the next thing, where Tawanda, Trina, and Miss E sit down, I guess, at some little bar, restaurant, whatever the spot is outside. As I'm watching this episode, I'm really realizing, like, I'm like, damn, we already in the fourth scene, and I'm still seeing them, and it's still giving snooze fest. Like, all of them are an actual snooze fest. And the only way it's almost like that they can try to get the audience pulled in is for them to try to mention Traci. And Tawanda's like, oh, yeah, it just feels like Traci is just going to walk through the door and start just talking noise. And then they go take some pictures, Trina and Tawanda, and they see a hummingbird, and they start saying, that was Traci. Traci always said, if we see a hummingbird, then that's her. Why the cameras didn't show us that's a damn hummingbird then? Because that wasn't no damn hummingbird. Y'all just making shit fall out the sky. And I think that's what really just be running me hot, because I hate to be let down by, I don't know. It's like I really used to really like y'all. Now it's almost like I feel like the fans can't even stand y'all, because y'all come out so inauthentic now. Like, y'all really do. And I'm not lying. I'm talking about everybody except for Toni Braxton. I'm not cutting nobody no slack. Everybody comes out very inauthentic. From Miss E to Tawanda to Trina, and of course Tamar, she will not be left out. Everybody's come off inauthentic, and I just can't get with it. They are boring as hell. And I'm sitting like, y'all ain't never even mentioned Traci that much, or even gave her that much thought when she was here. Why y'all doing it now? I'm such a realist that I'm like, listen, if I didn't fool with you in life, and we had stopped fooling around with each other, I don't give a damn if we've been knowing each other, family, for 20, 30. I don't care if we cut each other off and stop fooling with each other, and it's been 4, 5 years, and then one of us gets sick and something happening. Baby, that don't mean it's time for us to make amends and get cool and all of that again. No, baby, because we're not just going to do that just on simple fact that you finna leave this earth or I'm finna leave this earth. Baby, we just ain't no hate. It ain't like we leaving with no hate. But we just not doing each other, and that's okay. But I damn sure won't be walking around mentioning your name all of a sudden now that you dead and gone, and me and you really didn't fool around with each other like that. I honestly won't even come to the funeral. I won't. I mean, I will not. Like, I'm not. I feel like that's weird to me, and I just feel like if I didn't treat you right or we didn't bond like that, I'm not gonna act like we bonded now. That's what they giving. Get over it. Y'all never gave Traci that much, so why are y'all really trying to put on now like she mattered? Girl, please. No, I'm doing this damn review. I said, I bet everybody that really just own the whole hate train of the Braxtons that don't like them, y'all gonna love this video, because I'm not letting their asses make it. I'm telling you now, I'm not letting them make it. I'm just so over them. And like I said, this is me going in on them and only them. And I'm going in just for the simple fact of what they are representing. That has really just been running me hot. I'm not lying. Like, I'm over them. Anyway, so we go on to the next scene, and they doing the shoot, okay? So as they doing this shoot and they setting up, it's just funny to me how obviously Tamar is not present, right? So Tamar is nowhere to be found. I guess like nobody else, I can tell, wanted to really speak on it in the confessional. So Toni spoke on it, and she kind of spoke on it briefly and stated that Tamar said that she was going to do her own shoot separately from the cast, which on the cool, that lets us know y'all ain't fooling with each other. Basically, just y'all and Tamar are into it. But I do like the fact, and this is why I say I can always go and watch the show and look at Toni, and I can get that genuine, loving, honesty, realness from Toni. I can't speak for nobody else. I can't. But when y'all be reading Toni Braxton like that about this show and stuff, I don't know. I think it reminds me of people that feel too entitled. And I say that because it's almost like people that be trying to read Toni and ride down on her on this show, is almost like, girl, she is the reason this, and I say this all the time, she is the reason that they are even in this position. The Braxtons, the Braxton family values, none of that would not be even possible or a thing if there was no Toni Braxton. So I feel like when people that have watched them and the shows for a long time, y'all see she said on the Yall some years back that she always felt like she had to carry her family on her back, because when she made it, she was, it was almost like she got scolded because she made it. And she said that her mom and daddy was saying the devil trying to tear this family apart and all that. So basically, her whole career, she has had to worry about carrying her sisters on her back. And she said that in the yelling. She said, I don't like my family. I don't like none of my family. If they wasn't my family, they wouldn't be my friends. Like, that's deep. I can understand. Because I'm sure they could be draining. Like I'm sure they can. So that's when I say what I say about people that be having something negative to say about Tony. When I say it gets entitled, the entitlement is just crazy to me, because it's like, what else do y'all expect from her? So like this, she's the reason they even are in position to have money in their pockets, to even have this type of platform. She don't really owe them shit else. She says she already feel like she done shared half of her career with them. She don't owe them nothing else. That's just me being, she don't owe them nothing else. So I don't feel like there's even a reason for her to be disingenuous, because she's given so much. And what's crazy is she don't throw it in their faces. She don't. That's one thing else I love about her. She has humility. Tony she's just not braggadocious. She's so modest. She's so humble. She's humble. She's just a kind spirit, and I can always appreciate that from her. So anytime she is on the camera, I can always like try to just absorb and suck in all of her good energy, because I just love Tony. I just really do. I really do. I really, really do. Like I said, I can respect the fact that she did say in the confessional, she said, hey, you know what? You know, we don't know what's going on. Tamar may need her time to herself. You know, she was like, and we have to respect her boundaries. She's right. That's why I love people like Tony, because they're able to acknowledge, hey, my sister could be going through something, not really sure, but like, we are human, and she have boundaries, and whatever those look like for her, we got to still respect those boundaries. Those are people that you really want around you. You know what I'm saying? Those are people that you really want in your life. Those are people that you want to surround yourself with and grow old with, because people that have no problem respecting your boundaries, those are people that have some in place themselves, and the respect is going to be mutual. Y'all are not dealing with each other on two different frequencies. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're dealing with somebody that is all about love and friendship and healthy relationships and bonding and genuine connections, and trying to, you know, be an adult and have a good relationship, good or bad. Whenever something is going on, we can effectively communicate, all of those things, opposed to from that, having somebody that's still immature. They get mad at you if you say y'all gotta have a conversation or a sisterhood conversation because y'all not getting along, and they feel like, oh, I don't want to talk to you. You just going through that. We'll talk when you get over. It's always best to deal with people like Tony with that type of mindset, especially for us that's in, you know, the 35 to 44. That's majority of my target audience. That's in that age bracket. Like we are adults. We're not in a stage in our lives where we can play these kid games and stuff. Like, baby, and the place that I am in my life, if you don't know how to effectively communicate, and if you don't even want to effectively communicate, your ass is going to be somewhere else in the woods to me. Like, we ain't got nothing going on. I don't have time to deal with immature people. So I just love that about Tony, because the sisters might not say it because they feel however they feel personally, but I love the fact that even when Tony has or may have her personal issues with her sister, she knows how to separate that. Even with other people, she can separate that. She did it with Kevin Sr. Like, whatever feelings we have with this man, that's still Kevin Jr.'s father, and y'all should still want to have a conversation with him. That's because she knows how to separate the two and not make it personal or about her. Now, what's funny to me is during the shoot, Trina starts expressing while Tawanda is doing her I guess segment of the shoot. Trina is expressing how I'm so proud of Tawanda, and I'm so proud how far she's coming with her alopecia journey and all of that. Girl, cut the crap. This is literally the first time we are hearing something else about this alopecia shit since the first damn episodes. We 7 episodes in. That girl done based this whole damn season off of Traci as her storyline. And you mean to tell me you gonna wait till now on the 7th episode to say, oh, I'm so proud of my sister in this alopecia journey she's on? She should have been advocating and doing all of that with this alopecia stuff. That could have been a more genuine storyline that we would have probably actually took her serious with. But now that you bringing it up 7 episodes later, and you think we supposed to be like, oh, that is a beautiful thing. Girl, shut the hell up. Y'all just bullshit. Oh, y'all just bullshit. Anyway, going to the next scene, and the next scene is Tamar setting up and getting ready for her shoot. And she basically says that she decided that she wasn't shooting with the girls because she had her own marketing shoot that she wanted to do for the season. I'm not surprised. I'm just being honest. I'm not surprised because that's just typical Tamar. That's just who she is. They asked her how she felt about shooting with her sisters, and she basically said that she just don't feel connected at the time, which we are not surprised. This is always how you feel, Tamar, when you are separated and y'all not really talking or doing each other. It's just so funny to me how Tamar is a very well-spoken woman you gotta actually really pay attention to Tamar to really peep this. But within her conversations, when she is beefing and not dealing with her sisters or anybody, gonna put that professionalism in her tone like a little extra thick to make it seem like she's really just knocking it out the ballpark as far as like the conversation, like the way she is displaying what's going on. So she wants you to be able to feel this on her, this whole my mental health is important thing and my better self and I'm working on healing and all of that. All of that is bullshit. She's phony as hell. To me, that those are her forms of manipulation that just does not ever go over well with me. I can see through it. You are going to leave this world living them same lies consistently, that you're working on this healing and bettering yourself and all of this, and we see the same rapid behavior out of you. It's a repetitive cycle that does not change. We ain't trying to change you. I ain't trying to change you. I'm just saying, keep it real. Stop trying to bullshit us like we don't know what's going on. You ain't working on a damn thing because we've seen nothing change within your actions. See, this is why I also say Tamar is fake as hell too, because she basically show, I guess, that she wears these whatever you call them damn things she had around her. She had some seashells, like I guess like wrapped around her, and the seashells she said came from out of Traci's her dress, so she took them and had them like I guess like worn around her. That's, to me, that just falls right into the same category with Trina, Miss E, Tawanda, with they whole fakeness. It really did, and I say that because y'all have never ever gave Traci anything like that to even show this lady that y'all cared that much. It's crazy to me how you do all of this shit after this girl is ashes to ashes, dust to dust. She's gone. She won't ever know that or even be able to witness none of this from y'all. You could not give her this in life. And you giving it all of her now on the cameras. She can't ever see none of that. She don't see none of that. She would never know none of this. So why even try to just like put all of that on now? I'm telling y'all, I am just one of them people. If we didn't fool with each other like that, I am not gonna ever be sitting around now that you dead and gone to be acting like it was more than what it was, or that I just really just miss you and I really wish we could have fixed something. Listen, if we could have fixed it while we got it going right now and we still on this earth, then I'm open to it. I'm one of them people that I'm always open to conversation. Like, I'm open to a conversation. I'm not gonna turn on no conversation. Like, you have to really, really have really did something dirty to me for me to not to want to have no communication with you and not even be open to a conversation, because I'm always open to a conversation. So if we can do that, then I'm all good. I'm all good for that. But a lot of people, they don't like having conversations. They don't like dealing with the root. And they are that. That's them. Y'all never dealt with the root. Y'all always did the same thing, sweep stuff under the rug. Traci made this clear, act like nothing ever happened, and she never felt appreciated and loved. And I'm not even saying that Traci was just innocent, because Traci has some ways too where I would be like, okay, Traci, you got to get it together, because even though you saying you want to do all of this stuff and you wish you could have did all this, looking at how you are moving as far as like your skill set and how you present yourself with trying to do music and stuff, it's giving half ass. So either you really want this or you don't. It's looking like you not really want it. I'm able to say that about Traci. Yes, she didn't go, but I'm gonna be honest about her too. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and lie, but I just feel like in this moment they made this a storyline about her and her son and all of that, and it's just phony to me. Tamar, when the hell would you have ever wore some seashells of hers around you like that? You was walking around telling people that the girl was dead, allegedly. You said, like, and she knew it. Like, you just fake. So when she took them seashells from around her, she acting like that was just, I was like, I had to let them go. I just had to. You didn't even give a damn. That you just put them on you to make it seem like you really just felt so close and sentimental to your sister. You ain't care about that girl like that. Move it just right along. Just move it along. After that, we switch to the next scene, and Sean comes in there, toting with his big Professor Clumps looking ass to come and see Tawanda. Ooh, so interesting. It just wasn't interesting to me. He's not interesting. Tawanda's not interesting. I don't give a damn if they get married. I don't care. It's just, they are not interesting, okay? They're not interesting at all. And then it goes into the confessional, and basically, you know, like, they was kind of gushing. Miss E was kind of gushing over, you know, the fact that Sean came and surprised Tawanda. I'm happy that she has, you know, found love, and that they've been together for, what, 9 years now. That's good. I am happy for her in that aspect, because he seems a whole lot better than Andre. But however, it's still a boring ass sight to see. I don't care to see it. They are not interesting. They are just not interesting at all. But I guess like Miss E was just so happy because he popped up on her, and she loves that. So that's good to let your mom see that you have a man that actually do love you. That's a good thing, because y'all don't have good luck with men. And then Tony basically tells us in the confession that, you know, like, we just have to give Tamar her space. And like I said, one thing about Tony, she's good with respect and just showing like the genuine side that we really grew to love with them, which I feel like the rest of them no longer has. Um, so then we go into the next scene. The next scene, they're sitting at the table, Tony, Tawanda, and Trina. And like I said, they bring up Traci. Trina brings up Traci. And I'm just like, y'all are just so fake because y'all just never brought this girl up like that. Like, y'all didn't. Y'all got to bring her up every scene. Y'all, she was not that much of a thought to y'all. So why are y'all trying to convince us that she was? I feel like Tony is the only one that's not trying to convince us that. And I feel like Tony is the only one when you watch her, you can see the, like the compassion that it's really genuine. I don't really get that from the rest of them. It feel like, oh, I gotta make sure I mention Traci in this scene. Oh, we gotta make sure we mention Traci in this scene. That's what it give me. Like it's almost like a reminder to go off in Trina or to one head. Oh, we gotta mention Traci. Cause shut the hell up. Like you really don't, because we already know by now. We done caught on to y'all game plan. Y'all don't care. This is a storyline. You ain't gotta mention because we see y'all for who y'all is. Phony asses. Then we have Tawanda and Sean go meet up at this little restaurant site or whatever. Oh, I gotta watch my words, y'all. It was just so freaking uninteresting. But they sitting down and talking, and basically he's talking to her about this whole alopecia thing, and he's basically telling her that he supports her. He didn't know. Tawanda goes and I guess like break it down, going back to season 1 when she used to wear those two like pigtails. I honestly didn't know that's why she wore them, because she had her alopecia had already started. But I remember them soulful ass pigtails and was like, why the hell was she get on TV dressed like she going to 4th grade prom? It just always gave me she just looked dumb with them pigtails. But like I said, I'm able to say I do love the fact that Sean supports her on this journey, but at the same time, it just give me fraud, because baby, this could have been something that you used and rode on this entire storyline. We are in the 7th season, and you mean to tell me you did this whole thing on the 1st season, and they did all of them previews and them trailers for this show, for the show started, where they just kept showing this scene where you just kept saying, I mean, I have alopecia, either you love me or either you accept me or you don't. And we heard about the shit one time in a goddamn episode in the beginning, and this is the 7th season, and this is the 2nd time we hearing about it. Ma'am, get real, and get the hell on away from us with this, because it's just phony. I don't believe in it. I honestly don't even give a damn, because you've allowed this whole scratchy BS to overshadow that. So I don't even give a damn no more. I don't give a damn about you, or because it just give me just disingenuous. I just don't. And so yeah, I know Tawanda's talking about, people keep asking me when am I gonna get a ring, am I gonna get married? I don't know. He proposing to you, and like I said, I figured they was gonna use that in the season, because I guess on the next episode it's gonna show him proposing to you and getting down on his big ass knees and ankles, which is just so uninteresting to me, because who gives a goddamn? Like, y'all can go somewhere, really, y'all can go to the courthouse and get married, because we not gonna want to see that. I don't even think y'all gonna make it back for another season, to be honest with you. I think this is the nail in the coffin for y'all. So in closing, they ended up showing Tony and what's his name? Tony and Cedric the Entertainer on the Jennifer Hudson show. I love the way it ended. It's just sad looking at Tony, because when J Hud was asking her questions and talking about, I guess like Traci, Tony was taking it hard, and she was having her moments. Even if she went to the back, she was having her moments and stuff. And I like the fact that Cedric was like, like holding her hand and being sweet to her, because you could tell that it's really hard for her still. I can feel the genuine connection when it comes with Tony. And even when she got to the back of the studio, and I think it was like her executive or whatever his name is, her engineer, was that it was? He was like talking to her and just like giving her words of encouragement. And she was like, I guess she was still trying to hold it together, but you could tell it still was getting her caught up. It's still hard for her. So my heart goes out to Tony. I would say my heart goes out to the rest of them sisters, but I'd be a damn lie, because I just feel like they've been playing on all our tops. So no, my heart does not go out to them. I don't. This was a very dead show. It let me know a lot of things, and most importantly, it let me know that this show has no way of lasting at all, not even for next season. At the rate they going, I'm like not kidding y'all. This episode alone let me know how boring and uninteresting these sisters are. It really did, and it's almost like it's no hope. It was even parts in this episode where it was like a dead, weird, cringy silence. Like, y'all are that boring and uninteresting. Like, y'all literally are. It's gonna take somebody else to die for everybody to be interested again, like for y'all to have another season. If don't nobody else die, which y'all got on my nerves, and I don't want to see nobody die, y'all ain't gonna have nothing else going though. Ain't nobody gonna be interesting. So it was just a snooze fest. The entire episode, to be honest, was a snooze fest. Y'all are a snooze fest, and I didn't even want to do this review, to be honest, but y'all, I just have to keep it real and keep giving it to my supporters, because we be like keeping up with y'all with this season. But it was definitely a snooze fest, and it just confirmed that we already know that y'all really are at the end of the road like Boys to Men. So that's it for this one. Just like that's it for this damn season for them. Thank y'all for supporting me. Make sure y'all continue to like and subscribe. Also make sure you have your notifications turned on so you can be notified whenever I drop another banger like this. I love y'all. Peace.